welcome back to Finfine News Network, FNN News, and I am your host, Sibel. In recent news on Oromia, FNN has received reports of the killing of 4 Oromo civilians by regime-affiliated forces in the Dagam district of North Shawa Zone and in the Adea Barga district of Northwest Shawa Zone in the last couple of days. The victims of those attacks include Faye Gabisa, 16 years old, Jifaru Gonfa, a 45-year-old father of 7, Toli Tulu, a father of 1, and Tasfaye Kababa, a father of 6. Meanwhile, in Lalistu Sambu Ashu, in Kiramu district, an Amharan militia allegedly murdered 17 Oromo civilians. FNN News has identified one of those victims, shown here as Baledinka, whose picture here is shown. The perpetrators also reportedly drove away over 200 cattle from Sambowato, Ifagudina, Dandisandi areas, and the Dandisandi areas of the Jardaga Jarte district within Horo Guduru Wallaga. As the wave of mass detentions by the government continues, an Oromo teacher named Nigatu Deresa Abdisa, who is from the Kiramu district in Horo Guduru Wallaga has also been detained after defense forces accused his brother-in-law of being a member of the OLA. So here is a picture of him, a Oromo teacher detained within Horo Guduru Wallaga. FNN has also received reports that regime-affiliated forces have burned several homes of Oromos residing in Yayaharo locality of Dagam district in the North Shawa Zone. And the victims of those attacks include Dabala Sime, Adunya Sime, Dajane Dabala, Girma Aduna, Sime Aduna Kanin, and Dabale Kangare, whose possessions were also reportedly looted. Meanwhile, a video received by FNN shows the aftermath of a massacre that was carried out by Prosperity Party defense forces in Wallo in northern Oromia. And in this video, the bodies of several civilians can be seen, and also locals are heard identifying the victims and saying that they were killed by the Prosperity Party defense forces several days ago. So we'll show that video now, and a warning, it is a graphic video.
መከላከያ ነው እርምጃ የወሰደባቸው? ይሄን ሰውዬ እናውቀዋለን እያለ አይደል? ይሄ ጥቁር ቀርሞ ጭራሽ ነበር ብለዋል። ዋና ስራችን ነው።
So again, that is a video received by FNN that shows the victims of an attack carried out by Prosperity Party defense forces in Wallo within northern Oromia. Separately, a report recently out from the Addis Standard details how thousands of Oromos have been driven out of the Guto Gida Wareda, and that's located in the Eastern Wallaga Zone, since severe violence broke out in early November within that area, that report shown here. Civilians of the Horo Aleltu, Meti, and Gadisa Oda and the Lugo Kebeles told the outlet at a standard that violent clashes between the OLA and Amhara militias have forced somewhere between 80,000 to 100,000 residents to flee their area, their home area, and seek refuge in nearby cities such as Nakamte. According to this report, one resident of Gutogida said, this is a direct quote, "The first shots were fired in Lugo Kebele. Before we knew it, the attacks spread to neighboring Kebeles. We had to run for our lives. This is the worst one yet. No one was left behind in the 4 Kebeles." And in other news on the OLA, OLA spokesperson Oda Tarbi also reported that on December 23rd, OLA forces successfully fended off an attack by regime forces in Yayaharo Dagam district and in West Shawa after multiple hours of combat. That resulted in 52 regime soldiers reported dead and over 100 wounded. And the OLA also destroyed one of the regime's military convoys in Kunde Agamsa on the same day, the 23rd, killing 61 and injuring 20 regime soldiers. Meanwhile, in Guji, 15 regime soldiers were killed and 7 were injured after conflict broke out in Ada Dakara, located in the Sababoru district. And a conflict in Dame in the district of Galana resulted in at least 32 regime soldiers killed, including the commanding officer of the district's Oromia Special Forces unit. And in more news on the OLA took control of 3 cement factories, including Mogor, Dabra, and Dangote, which are all located very close to the capital, Finfine. And the OLA in the Mieso district of the Jardaga Zone also reported killing over 159 enemy combatants and injuring several hundred between December 20th and December 26th that week. So we have a video here of the cement factory that was taken by OLA troops here. So we'll show that video showing the soldiers have taken control of those cement factories close to the capital.
Badi Kenya Kadu, Inni Kenya Duru, Lugano Finiru, Injira non Jadu, Badi Kenya Kadu, Tasano Tumbanu, Anga Sotumbadu, Tasano Tumbanu, Anga Dugarganu, Tasano Tumbanu, Anga Sotumbadu, Tasano Tumbanu, Oto Dugarganu, Tasano Tumbanu, Oto Dugarganu. Oromora kan salpina ya wabo gafaroro ya wabo gafaroro situ bana Oromora kan salpina awaro situ bana Oromora kan salpina awaro Yagachana Oromo, Karoni Jasaba, Sibeki Wabo, Manchasa Gabruma, Fida Bilisuma, Silvero Duma, Wabo Jechu, Akasi Tofeki, Yagachana Oromo.
So again, that is a video of the OLA after they took several cement factories located in Mogor, Dabra, and Dangote, very close to the capital of Finfinne. And separately in Hararge, near that area, the FNN has received early reports that another person was executed after they were released from jail. However, the victim's identity is not yet known. And in other news, Lamrot Kemal, the woman who has been accused of murdering Oromo singer and political activist Hachalu Hundessa, has been ruled guilty of felony committed by negligence by a federal high court in Finfinne. This here shown here, Lamrot Kemal. This is according to a report released by the Addis Standard. And now the court will go forward and find her sentence in the next few days. Lamrot previously refused to bring any evidence to her defense at the last hearing involved in her case, which took place earlier this month. And a new investigation recently released by East Oromia, an international organization that reports on human rights abuses of Oromos, has now provided further details into the Karayu massacre that FNN previously reported upon. And that report from East Oromia also confirms the implication of government forces in the killings. In this report, an anonymous civilian of Fantale, who is in contact with two of the local leaders who managed to escape after Oromia Special Forces detained 41 people at that Karayu religious ceremony, told East Oromia that the perpetrators were dressed in their official OSF uniforms when the incident took place. And he also added that before the conflict broke out, quote, the Oromia Special Forces were discussing with Adama officials to make the decision to kill the people because they labeled them as members of the Oromo Liberation Army. And he also added that the two leaders were able to escape, the two leaders that he was later in contact with, after one OSF member refused to carry out the execution. This is a quote, again, from that anonymous source. He threw his gun away, and at this moment, the two leaders ran away while the rest of the Oromia Special Forces were arguing with him. It was dark, which gave them the advantage to run away. And that source also added that clashes with government forces had occurred 3 days earlier, about 50 kilometers or 31 miles from where the killings occurred. He said that the clashes happened in the Fantale Woreda, but were very close to the Amhara Oromia border. And the people who participated in the prayer ceremony didn't have anything to fear at first, as those battles with the OLA happened very far away from their location. Separately, Angasa Ibrahim, a Prosperity Party staffer who is now living in Finfinne, who previously resided in Canada, also confirmed that the massacre was ordered by the government. And he also, in fact, revealed that it was primarily carried out by Police Commissioner Ararsa Mardasa. So that's all for today. Going forward, of course, we'll continue to bring updates on the progress of the OLA and other incidents occurring in Oromia. Once again, thanks for watching FNN News, Finfinne News Network, and I am your host, Sibel.